Oh boy, it's the worst boss in this game. Next to Annis. It has eyes. But worse, it has spikes. This thing sucks. Like, there is no other way to describe it. This boss sucks. It's very bipolar. If you have the means to shut it down, and yes, you are given the free Poseidon Claws before this, as the hint that you're supposed to be using them, just, if you use the Poseidon Claws, then this boss is... If you don't use them, this boss takes forever and is an absolute pain in the ass. It's just a very poorly designed boss. Period. Mega Horn is actually pretty good too if you want something with high power. It does have a chance to miss if I remember correctly, so your mileage may vary. Alright, buff up. More. Ah! Just like, this boss's big gimmick is, while it has that fire in it, then it can use a whole bunch of fire-based spells, it attacks faster, it deals more damage, and is just across the board an even bigger nightmare. So the solution, at the end of the day, is make sure it can't do that. Which, at the end of it, creates a very one-sided experience. Either it whips you, or you whip it in all of the minutes. Oh my god. And did I mention it bloods the field? Yeah, Venoshock isn't a great technique for it, unfortunately. It would be great if you can guarantee poison somehow, but even then, there are better options in its physical stat. Pretty much across the board. Okay, and buff. Crap. I flailed. I flailed a little bit. That was a mistake. Why wouldn't Scolipede learn Solar Beam in such a day? I'd be more concerned if it could use Solar Blade, honestly. Which is essentially Solar Beam's physical counterpart. This is an actual move that exists. Solar Blade. And the only reason why I have it memorized is because it's something that was originally exclusive to Fomantis. There we go. Yeah, if special attack is its lowest stat, it has no business. Oh, fuck. Almost two. I pissed around, got hit one too many times, and that was it. Let's see. Rose Raid is a pretty good special attacker, I remember that. And fairly quick, too. Mega Gengar is disgusting. Scolipede, well, Scolipede's biggest fan is right here with Dinetto. I can't blame you on that one, because EVs are an incredibly difficult thing to track. There are resources, and there are more resources to properly track it nowadays. And I think even items reset it now, within, like, Gen 7 or Gen 8, but it's still kind of a chore. Hell, like, getting the, bottle caps within Gen 7 is not good, because it takes forever and a day to get that many. Keep dunking this thing. What?! I call bull.
Is this it?
On record, I call bull. Actually, I've gone off on a tangent already on how much I hate fire types. What's your least favorite type? Yeah, that makes sense. Normal types are kind of boring and bland. There are some decent normal types, like, if you wanted something really quick, then Lightning is a really good option. If you can take off Slacking's ability, then Slacking is a disgusting thing. But normal type is normal type. It's there because, let's face it, you probably don't have any better options.
I will not fall.
Oh, this is cancer. There we go. Blow it out. Well, I say blow it out, but it's more like damage it until it dies. Three, four. Ah! And my sipping cups. Great. I'm gonna have to hope for the best. You missed!
Now is our chance. Allow the wind. I'm on the job.
God damn it. So now I gotta play this the patient way. And the patient way kinda sucks. Damn it. This sucks even more. This sucks even more than it did before. Ugh. The worst part about this is I don't really have much in the way of options. Sure, I can invest a point, but it doesn't do anything. I'd need one more. I could grind that out. But let's face it, I am consistently hitting the 80 to 85% mark on this boss anyway. If I actually get slightly better at the game, then I'll have a 100% run. And I put it in the wrong wall. Oh, good.
Is this it?
Because if I remember correctly, Old Air Claws don't do shit. So gotta rinse this, just so I can put in the right item. Up. And go to the face.
Put out the flames.
It'll be a really easy matter to restock my power if I'm constantly at the face like this. Just keep wailing. Perfect.
No. No.
Shit. Didn't mean to do that. That's a waste. Oh my god. Of course.
Is this
Get up, Kevin.
Not like this!
Fuck.
Stay true! I'm on the job!
Okay, never mind. Fluff was worthless.
Okay!
Get up, please. And you... No, this is not one. Yeah, I need to make it count. That didn't apply, did it? Oh.
Prepare!
Try an aerial lance to try and sweep out some of the chaff.
Use this! Allow me.
God damn it! Now I gotta floor this out. At best, I die. Thanks, game. Thanks. You gave me the best case scenario. I die, I go back, and try again. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to grind up one more level, just so I can get that last point for everyone to invest. Because I hate this boss. There's nothing fun about this boss. Yeah, to some extent, it's kind of amazing how much things started out with Pokemon and evolved to Pokemon. The more things change, the more they stay the same. The only difference is, it evolved from Pokemon the MOBA to Pokemon the RPG. And with that one extra point... Well, you can't get anything. Actually, no, wait, you can get something. Saber spells. And invest a little closer. Kevin can get attack help, but that's... Actually, no, that could be useful. And Reese can get her stat down saber. Yeah, attack help is better. So essentially what I need to do for this is let the CPU be a dumbass for a little bit. They get Kevin hurt, down to 1 HP, I switch into Kevin, and then go flooring. Like a glass cannon. Because again, I would like to remind, Kevin is disgusting. And that's the Kevin alarm. Did someone ask for a Mack truck?
The water put out the flames. You've weakened it.
Fucking! Where everything is made of fucking plastic and cuts like a razor sharp tank.
Okay.
How can a tank cut? I don't know.
This is how it is done in
Everything goes swish. And become flat. Okay.
Here.
Woofa? Get the floor. Kevin is a good dog. He's a very good dog. There we go. Again, Kevin is a very good dog.
Allow me.
When he actually lives.
Use this.
Because then he can go full Unga Bunga. Fucking hell. Even when I have exactly what I need, this boss is still a pain in the ass. Well, if I remember correctly, like, a whole bunch of Pokemon, end up falling into archetypes more often than not. Scolipede is a glass cannon, yeah. It's meant to deal damage quickly, and that's about it. Its big purpose is to shut down as many opponents as possible in a team, and then either die to make way for something else, unfortunately, Or better, stay and kill more
Water put out
things.
the flames. You've weakened it.
And it's pretty good at that. Actually, come to think of it, I think there might be a decent setup for it to use, like, rollout and voice star and be disgusting. Well, in a doubles format, rather. In singles, it's pretty much big number Joker. Alakazam is a really infamous special cannon. Like, to the point that it was the reason why, the dark types had to be introduced. And unfortunately, dark types are still kind of banned. There are some good ones. It's hard to find a good pure dark type. I think I can point to maybe two, those being Umbreon and Absol. Absol is good as a physical glass cannon, if I remember correctly, and on top of that, Umbreon is a really good special tank. Crocodile is a disgusting area. Crocodile's big shtick is I hit things with my jaw and they die. And he's disgusting. I think Crocodile can get Strong Jaw, making it even worse. Really good Dark Ground type.
I'm on the job. Is this
Kevin, up please. Yeah, Crocodile with Earthquake makes it... Crocodile with Earthquake, it makes it a disgusting double team.
Is this it?
Fucking hell.
Allow me.
Now I don't have a chance. And unfortunately, I used up all my Poseidon Claws, I think, so... Yep. Out of Poseidon Claws. I can at least pull in Kevin.
The wind.
But like it matters when he dies. Fucking... So you know what, I'm gonna distract myself. So I've gotten around to playing Pokemon Unite. Wow, the loop completes. Yes! I'm very well aware that right now I'm literally bashing my face against a wall. Hey Kevin, go forward and get yourself hurt. Thank you. Alright, Kevin. Full Unga Bunga! Full Unga Bunga! We are going to slap this wall until it decides to give me money. Buy me pins! Man, I'm so glad that that's a meme now. I feel like it, or at least I think it's a meme now. Just, Neo Twaiauws. And eat this. Oh yeah! Sylveon is gonna be added soon. I want to try using Sylveon. The big issue right now is, like, actually, quick question off the top of your head. Is Sylveon an attacker or an AR? Because that will determine how quickly I get around to using Sylveon. Because at this point, I've been grinding money for the longest, and I finally have 10,000, so I could potentially get Lucario, and I've been disgusted with Lucario the times I've used it. Okay, Sylveon is not a defender. That's still good information, thank you. Not a defender, potentially not a defender, let's say. Because we already have at least 2 fairy supporters. I'm amazed. I'm genuinely amazed. I haven't used a single cup this time. And buff. And done. Perfect. Yeah, Sylveon was kind of... If I remember correctly, Sylveon was kind of this kind of a special tank, kind of a special attacker. Mix unit. It was fairly good at its job. Its job being, beat Pokemon. Oh, fuck you! I can't make a joke without dying? Thanks, game! Yeah, Sylveon's entire shtick was kill dragons and look stylish doing it. You see why I hate this boss? You see why I hate this boss? It's sucking fuck so much it fucks. Look at this! Look at this! What MOBA archetype? Yeah, it doesn't exactly have a mute unit. I mean, one can argue Charizard kind of counts, considering its ult, but even then, I'd argue no, since it's more like a transformation super. By a similar respect, Garchomp also has a similar transformation super type thing with Outrage. I guess it would have to be a Pokemon with a Mega Form that would get that type of gimmick, wouldn't it? Oh no, turrets? No! No! A supporter with turrets! Introducing Toxapex, which does nothing but lay traps. I would back it. I would play it. Or Keldeo, yeah. Keldeo could work for a Pokemon with a form change.
Is this it? Not like this!
Alright, Kevin. I need you to go full Unga Bunga. True, Urshifu does exist now. And there isn't much representation for Gen 8.
Allow me.
Other than, Kick Bunny. Which is yet another fire fighting type. It's almost like I have an anti-preference. Vespiquen would actually work for a minions type, which we also don't have. Unless turrets counts on that. Yeah, Cinderace. Just... not a fan. I'm sorry, not a fan of Cinderace. It also doesn't help that I swear I've seen so many instances of... yeah, Princess. I've seen so many instances when playing around in the game of people just immediately locking in either Cinderace or Pikachu, and I kind of despise both of those Pokemon, normally. Yeah, Alakazam! Why isn't there Alakazam? You'd think that Alakazam would be a good choice for an attacker that uses special attack. There's only one of those by my record, and that is, Alanine. Actually, what regions of Pokemon haven't gotten representation yet in Unite? Because that might be the first place to look for what Pokemon to use. Unova? Really? Nothing from Unova? Yeah, so maybe they could get away with using Keldeo. Hoenn, too?
Hey,
Would
what?
be a mistake? Probably. Okay, good. Barely dodged it. And this lets me chip. Oh yeah, Crustle is, Crustle is the Unova rep then. Forgot it was introduced in that generation. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like Krookodile would have been the better option, and have Krookodile be an all-arounder. But I guess the reason why they chose Crustle is because they needed another defender. Come to think of it, there are only like 2 or 3 defenders. There are only like 2 defenders in the game, including Crustle, aren't there? And Phenomenal Fist. Wait, there are 5 defenders now? I thought there were only 2. Maybe it's just because I've pretty much only seen people either use Crustle or Slowbro that I end up glitching and thinking there are only 2 different defenders. Yeah, Mr. Mime is, a fairly decent Pokemon, but supporter. But Mime is a supporter is the thing. Wow, I forgot about Snorlax. I am an absolute shit, and Snorlax is disgusting. You're right about that. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. I completely blanked out Snorlax's existence. Yeah, Alonine's Avalanche can do that, and it can be good for keeping pressure, but I've never really used it. Call me cancerous, but I've always been the type to go Dazzling Gleam. Yawn the Body Slam is disgusting as Snorlax. Noted. Alright, yeah, Body Slam does... That does make it kind of disgusting. Because that effectively makes Snorlax a really good staller. Set up a Yawn, wait the time, and then Body Slam them to stagger them even more. Snorlax. The Pokemon that's specifically just meant to waste your time. Diddle me this, Batman. Yeah, I forgot about Snorlax's ult. Yeah, that is disgusting. And I do specialize in, diddling my opponent, essentially. So maybe I should buy a Snorlax. If I remember correctly, Snorlax is maybe 8,000? So that means I can get it fairly cheap. But I need another all-arounder. Because again, the only all-arounder I have is Charizard, and it's Charizard. Charizard is boring, bland, useless. I did hear about that though. Gengar was apparently like so good at taking hits that it had to get nerfed big time. Machamp for an AR? I've barely seen Machamp be used, honestly. I don't know what that says about it. But the big reason why I glommed onto Lucario was mostly because, again, my specialty when it comes to Unite ends up being either immediately killing my opponent or wasting their time and drawing attention. As a result, like, I found a really disgusting way to do that with Lucario, involving a lot of push. I could easily insert myself into a bad position on purpose, pull enemies out, and then make absolute hell for them. Let's Bomb X does sound really good.
I'm on the job.
Damn. Okay, I'm out of claws. Let's see.
Is this it?
I think I can get away with nothing. Where is he? Over there. And I'm gonna need to use the sippy cup to bring someone else up.
I will never give up.
Oh my! I hate this boss. Oh my god, they buffed this boss. They buffed this boss. Take a look at that spike trap on the far right there. He's on the right there. Originally, there was just enough of a nook that you could hide about where the boss is and not be dinged by it. But with this, that means you can effectively be dinged by that. Oh my fucking god. So, bomb an opponent, hex, hex, hex. That is disgusting. That's an absolutely disgusting string. Holy crap. Then in that case, I just have something to say. Why are the speedsters disgusting? Like, I get it, they're supposed to be the, high surprise gank you Pokemon in the first place, but they are kinda gross across the board with some way of either flooring out disgusting amounts of damage real quickly, or otherwise, like, making life hard for the opponent through some form of invincibility. Because, like, Zeraora has its entire shit where it puts out its spark stuff, then can deal disgusting damage really quickly. In tandem with that, Absol can do a lot of moving around. Its ult is completely invulnerable, making it easy for reprisal. Yeah, Discharge followed by Spark is disgusting. Because you can easily close the distance and coat opponents in a damage zone. We've already said our pieces about Gengar being disgusting, even after its nerf. I haven't gotten around to using Venusaur, which is weird, considering I really like my grass types. I might actually have to grind another couple of levels. Also surprised on that too, because Greninja's got the set for Venusaur, really. It's got a maneuverability attack, it's got something for maneuverability, it's got something for proper damage, and on top of that, its ult has invincibility on startup, like a good chunk of other speedsters. Yeah, like, I think one of the biggest things hampering Unite right now is the money cap. There's only so much money, there's so much coin you can earn by playing the game each week. And I do get it, part of that is because, oh hey, it's a Chinese game, and you know. But at the same rate, I've never exactly liked it whenever games do that type of thing. Because I understand why it's a thing, because, well, people have to have lives. But at the same rate, there are many instances where you just want to sit down and belt one out. So there should be a way to incentivize that. Thinking Sylveon will be an AR? That'd be good. When's that update, anyway? In the worst case scenario, I might actually, like, temporarily stop my trek through Lucario just so I can get Sylveon. Really? They didn't have that originally? That's stupid. Did they just have, like, range versus physical and that was it? Because that can create some disgusting situations involving Pokemon like Cinderace, which uses ranged attacks, but they go off the attack stat.
Allow me. On it.
I feel like it barely made any progress. And it's all because of two different ones, Precipity and this thing. Sylveon is a ranged Pokemon. Good to know.
I'm on the job. Come and get me.
October 5th. Oh, wow, that's really soon then. That's Tuesday. What?!
Not like this.
I belly flopped on his head and it didn't count as damage. I just want to say that. What?
Got luck on it. Run down. Run down.
Oh, it's an attacker. Lame.
I can make a difference.
We have way too many attackers. I would have thought Sylveon could be a decent AR. My flavor of the day is disappointment. Sure, it does have some support moves. Alanine has a support, which actually is viable. Aurora Veil not only increases the rate of attack, but it also guarantees power attacks. So Alanine constantly inflicting frost is some of the stupidest you can get in an attacker in a while. And here I thought Mamoswine just literally says, you don't get to play the game. Baby doll eyes. What? So what? Decrease the attack power of everything?
This wind is crazy.
Shit, I forgot. It's daytime. I need to set night. Raining Kiss. Oh, so it's got some leeching on that? Actually, I don't think we've had a vampire character, really. Because, Slowpoke doesn't really count, considering that... One, Slowpoke's, leech is on its ult. And even then, Main Split is more meant to stall the opponent than it is supposed to drain health. It doesn't even drain all that much health.
Here.
Recovers health, gives soft health, gives extra health. That's actually very useful. Sounds like Sylveon could go partial tank, or partial defender.
The water put out the flames. You've weakened it.
Up. Okay, hopefully this will work.
You. Run. No. Stronger than you think.
Stay focused.
On mine too, huh?
Hey, watch it!
That's a little bit of a waste. Maybe it's just me and how I play, but I know when I use Slowpoke, I pretty much never decide to go for Amnesia.
Stay focused. Weaken the enemy.
Because, sure, it can... It's like, sure, Amnesia can slightly reduce your damage, gives you some invincibility on startup, but I feel like if I go Amnesia, then I could be choosing a better way to diddle my opponent, essentially. And again, me, I'm all about wasting my opponent's time.
Not like this.
Stronger than you think.
Hey, watch it!
Then in that case, it might actually be useful to help Sylveon's speed. You gotta be safe.
Is this it? Okay.
On it.
Use this!
Buff me. There we go. Completely nullifies damage from an opposing attack. You gain it. That's really handy. Like, that actually sounds disgusting. I guess we'll see when Sylveon passes.
Stronger than you think.
Pop one out. And try spin kick. Because this guy is in the perfect position. Finally! Finally! Zehnouwa!